Hello everyone. So in this lecture I am going to see some recurrence relation solving techniques. Okay, so let us begin with the recurrence relation solving technique. Okay, so we can say that I already told you guys in the last lecture. That means yes, for only we can say that homogeneous LRCC, and we can say that inhomogeneous or non-homogeneous LRCC, we can say that solving techniques are present. So in this lecture, I am going to discuss yes, solving techniques for homogeneous LRCC, isn't it? So you know what is homogeneous LRCC? Yes, I already told you in the last lecture what is homogeneous LRCC. That means it must be a recurrence relation which is of determinate order, as well as it must be linear, and in linear it must be LRCC, and in LRCC it must be homogeneous. Okay, so write down what is the procedure. So write down solving, we can say that homogeneous LRCC, and the method is characteristic root method. Characteristic root method. Okay, so we'll see what is this technique or what is this method. We'll see one by one. Okay, so first one we'll see homogeneous, and after that we'll see the inhomogeneous. Okay, so let us consider one example. I am assuming one example, and with the help of this example I will yes explain to you what is this method, what is characteristic root method to solve any homogeneous LRCs. So consider, let's say, solve. Yes, one recurrence relation is given to you, t of n minus 7 t of n minus 1 plus we can say that 12 t of n minus 2 equals to 0, where we can say that n is greater than equals to 2, and initial conditions are given to you, t of 0 is 1 and t of 2 is equals to 2. That is given to you. Now remember, yes, whatever, yes, we can say that all the recursive terms are in left hand side, then in RHS it is 0, then we can say that that is homogeneous, as well as it is LRCC linear, as well as we can say that constant coefficient. So what is the characteristic equation? We can say that, so first write down the characteristic equation. So what will be that equation? Yes, we can say that yes, characteristic equation, let's say write it in terms of t. So remember guys, what you do, yes, you only tell me. Yes, remember, yes, replace yes lowest subscript, that is n minus 2, with the t power 0, that is 1. Next highest is t of n minus 1, replace that one with t power 1, and next one is highest, that is t square, and so on, isn't it? Lowest with t power 0, next highest we can say that t power 1, next highest means t square, next highest and t cube, and so on. Okay, yes, that is the procedure. Now you only tell me. Yes, characteristic equation will be what? You only tell me. We can say that yes, if we replace t of n with t square, so it becomes, we can say that t square minus 7t plus 12 equals to 0. Now solve it. So we can say that t minus 3, and we can say that t minus 4. So roots will be what? We can say that 3 comma 4. These will be the roots of the yes characteristic equation. That is, we can say that step 1. Isn't it? That is, we can say that step 1. Now how to yes give the solution or homogeneous solution? Yes, write down. So we can say that the general solution or homogeneous solution is given by, we can say that is given by t of n equals to yes any constant, take one constant c1 into first root was what? 3 into 3 raised to power n plus c2, another root is 4, so 4 raised to power n. You can write in any order, no problem at all. Finally answer will be the c. Okay, first you write 3 or first you write 4, no problem at all. So let us say this is equation 1, isn't it? Now find out the values of C1 and C2 with the help of initial conditions. So initial conditions are given to you. What are the initial conditions? You only tell me. Here t of 0 is equals to 1, that is given to you, as well as t of 2 that is equals to 2, that is also given to you. Now you only tell me these are given to you. So put this in the equation 1. So we get t of 0 equals to C1 into 3 raised to power 0 plus C2 into 4 raised to power 0, that is equals to 1. So we can say that C1 plus C2 is equals to 1. I hope this one is clear to you. Okay. Next one you only tell me second initial condition is t of 2. So we can say that C1 into 3 square plus C2 into 4 square, that is given to you, that is 2. So this comes out to be, we can say that 9C1 plus 16C2. Yes, that is equals to 2. Let's say that is equation 2 and this is equation 3. So use equation 2 and equation 3 and find out the values of C1 and C2. So what will be the values of C1 and C2? Yes, if we solve equation 2 and equation 3, then we'll get C1 value equals to 2 and C2 value equals to -1. Put these values in the equation 1. So the answer will be what? T of n equals to C1 value is 2, 2 into 3 raised to power n, then -1, then that is -4 raised to power n. We can say that that is the required solution of the even recurrence relation. It is, we can say that it is the required solution, isn't it? Okay, so that will be the solution. So first step is what? Write the characteristic equation. How to write the characteristic equation I told you. Next one you will see, yes, write the general solution after finding out the, yes, we can say that, yes, roots, isn't it? And see the general solution. How to write general solution? Two roots are there, then we'll take two constant. Otherwise, if three roots are there, then plus C3 into third root raised to power n, isn't it? I hope this one is clear to you. And with the help of initial conditions, you can find out the values of, yes, these constants. I hope this one is clear to everyone. Okay, so write down next one. Yes, let's say some, yes, write down next one note. Remember this one. Yes, this procedure was when, yes, both roots or any number of roots are distinct, isn't it? What to do when roots are matching? So remember guys, let's say first point, if let's say two roots are there, first one is 2, second one is 3, then what will be the T of n? We can say that that will be the C1 into 2 raised to power n plus C2 into 3 raised to power n. Similarly, take next example. Let's say, yes, if both roots are same, let's say here 2 comma 2. Let us take one example. Let's say 2 comma 2. And what to do? Yes, how to write the general solution? Yes, C1 into 2 raised to power n plus, remember, n times C2 into 2 raised to power n. Why? Because if we write C1 into 2 raised to power n plus C2 into 2 raised to power n, then we can take 2 raised to power n common and this becomes C1 plus C2. Constant plus constant is another constant. So we can say that these two terms get reduced in single term. Yes, that is not a part of the procedure. Procedure says, yes, if it is so, then need to apply, yes, second term with the n to differentiate both the terms, isn't it? That is the procedure, isn't it? Okay. Now we cannot merge these two terms. So remember what to do. If all roots are same, let's say three roots are there and all three are same, then what to do? How to write the general solution? C1 into 3 raised to power n. Now multiply with n to differentiate with the first term, isn't it? Now to differentiate with the second term, multiply this one with n square and so on, isn't it? Okay, I hope this one is clear to everyone. Okay, let's take one more variety. Let's say fourth one. Let's say some roots are matching. Let's say t equals to 2 comma 2 and one is different. Now how to write the general solution? Yes, we can say that C1 into 2 raised to power n multiply with n, that is C2 into 2 raised to power n, and this one is distinct. No, so no need to multiply, isn't it? So this is the change. Yes, in the note I give you one varieties of we can say that roots in which some roots are matching. So this procedure means this change is only in the, we can say that general solution. So during the, yes, we can say that writing the general solution, you can make these changes accordingly if roots get matched. Yes or no? I hope this one is clear to everyone. So accordingly, you need to write the general solution. Okay. So this is the, we can say that procedure of homogeneous, we can say that yes, linear recurrence relation with constant coefficient means LRCs. Okay, that is the procedure. Simple procedure is there. So write down one more problem based on that. Let's say first question or question number 2. Let's say this is given to you. Solve the following recurrence relation. Following a recurrence relation. Let's say an equals to an minus 2 divided by 4 for n greater than equals to 2, where a naught equals to 1 and a1 equals to 0. That is given. So can we write it like that? For an equals to a n minus 2. Now it becomes what we can say that for an minus 2. So right hand side becomes 0. So we can conclude here this is linear as well as, yes, we can say that LRCC as well as homogeneous. So we can say that this is what we can say that homogeneous LRCC. Remember this one? Okay. Now write the characteristic equation. But remember guys, here lowest subscript is what? N minus 2. So replace it with t power 0. That is 1. The next highest is not present. If it was present, yes, we can say that then we have, yes, then we have replaced that by t raised to power 1. But here we can say that here, yes, n minus 1 is not there. So no problem at all, isn't it? Otherwise, we can say that an minus 1, yes, or t power 1 instead of an minus, isn't it? Okay. Next one, yes, we can say that if it is, yes, let's say a an next highest is, so represent or replace it by t square, isn't it? So an minus 1 is not present, otherwise we could have replaced that one by t only, t raised to power 1, but that is not present here. So what will be the characteristic equation? That becomes 4t square minus, yes, this one is t raised to power 0, that is we can say that 1 only. So it becomes what? 4t square minus 1, that is equals to 0. So we can say that here t square equals to 1 by 4. So t equals to plus minus 1 by 2. Yes or no? Isn't it? So we can say that two roots are there. First one is plus 1 by 2 and second is minus 1 by 2. I hope this one is clear to everyone. So what will be the general solution? Yes, we can say that the general solution is given by that. We can say that the general solution will given by that. We can say that, yes, that is given like that. An equals to C1 into 1 by 2 raised to power n. Thus we can say that C2 into roots are distinct. Isn't it? No problem at all. Isn't it? Okay. Now you only tell me, yes, what are the initial conditions? A naught is given to you 1 and A1 is given to you 0. So put in the equation 1. So what will be the A naught? Put n value equals to 0. So it becomes C1 plus C2, that is given to you, yes, 1. So that is, let's say, equation 2. Second initial condition is A1. So n value is 1. So it becomes C1 by 2 minus C2 by 2 equals to 0. So we can say that that is equation 3. So from equation 2 and 2 and 3, find out the values of C1 and C2. So from equation 2 and 3, we can say that C1 value will be the 1 by 2 and C2 value will be the 1 by 2. So what will be the solution? Put these values in the equation 1. So equation 1 becomes what? 1 by 2 into 1 by 2 raised to power n. and plus we can say that 1 by 2 into minus 1 by 2 raised to power n, we can say that that is your required solution. I hope this one is clear to you guys. Okay, so these type of questions you can do easily. Let us take one more example based on that. Let us take one more example. Let's say find the solution of an equals to 7 an minus 2 plus 6 an minus 3, where it is given to you a naught equals to 9, a1 equals to 10, and a2 equals to 32. So what will be the answer? We'll see one by one. Remember, this one is what we can write it like that or not. An minus 7 an minus 2 minus 6 an minus 3 equals to 0 or not. Okay, so we can say that this one is what? Homogeneous LRCC or not? Homogeneous LRCC. Yes or no? Now we can say that replace smallest subscript with t power 0, then it becomes t square, and minus 1 is not there, so we can say that this one will be the t cube minus 7 t minus 6 into 1, that is equals to 0. Yes or no? Now yes, this is cubic equation, and I hope you know how to find out the roots of the cubic equation. So we will try with hit and trial. Yes or no? So let us take for t equals to yes 0. So not satisfied. Then t equals to plus 1. Not satisfied. Then t equals to minus 1. Yes, on minus 1 we can say that yes, minus 1 is satisfying. So we can say that minus 1 is the one of the root. Yes or no? So if it is the root, then how to find the remaining roots? Now divide what we can say that t cube minus 7t minus 6 with the t plus 1. Isn't it? T plus 1. So yes, we can say that after division, yes, here we can say that after division, what will be the quotient? Yes, what will be the quotient? We can say that quotient will be the t square minus t minus 6. You can see after division. Everybody knows about the division, so we can say that that will be the quotient, so we can say that that will be the another factor, so we can write it like that t plus 1 into we can say that t square minus t minus 6 equals to 0. So after multiplication it becomes t square minus t minus 6. Yes, either it is 0 or t plus 1 equals to 0. So from here we can get t equals to minus 1, already we get. Yes or no? Already we got this one. So now this becomes what? We can say that this becomes t square minus t. Yes, so roots will be what? Yes, so roots will be what? You only tell me. Yes, if we solve this quadratic equation, then we can say that it becomes t plus 2 into t minus 3 equals to 0. Then we can say that t equals to minus 2 and plus 3. These are the roots, and one root is minus 1. Okay, so we got three roots, that is minus 1, minus 2, minus 3. I hope this one is clear to everyone. So write the general solution. Simple way is there. So how to write the general solution? An becomes what? C1 into yes minus 1 raised to power n, plus we can say that C2 into minus 2 raised to power n, plus C3 into 3 raised to power n. Yes, let's say this is equation 1. Now three conditions are given to you. Initial conditions, a naught equals to 9 and a1 equals to 10, and we can say that a2 equals to 32. These are the initial conditions given in the question. So apply these three. So a naught becomes what? That is put n value equals to 0. C1 plus C2 plus C3 equals to 9. Let's say that is equation number 2. Now second one is a1, put n equals to 1. So this is minus c1 minus 2 c2 plus 3 c3, that is equals to 10, that is equation 3. And next one is a2, we can say that c1 plus 4 c2, n value is 2, plus 9 c3, that is equals to 332. So let's say this is equation 4. So you can see that yes, there are three equation 2, 3 and 4 and three unknown C1, C2, C3. So easily you can find out the values of C1 and C2. How to find? Let's say from Yes, equation 2 and 3, what we can get? Yes, we can say that. Yes, you only tell me. Yes, we can say that from equation 2 and 3, yes, we can eliminate one, we can say that variable, that is C1, add both of them, isn't it? By multiplying somehow. For you, easily you can do, because three equations are there and three unknown are there. No problem at all. So after solution of these three equations, you will get the values of C1, C2 and C3. And I hope the values will be the what? C1 equals to 8, then it will be C2 equals to -3, and we can say that C3 equals to 4. These will be the values of C1, C2, C3. Yes, after the solution. Now what will be the solution? Put these values in the equation 1. So we can say that it becomes 8 into -1 raised to power n, -3 into -2 raised to power n, plus 4 into 3 raised to power n. We can say that that is the required solution, isn't it? That is the required solution. So we seen, yes, how to solve homogeneous LRCC in this particular lecture. In the next lecture we'll see, yes, how to solve inhomogeneous LRCC. I hope this is the simple procedure and clear to everyone. Predefined procedure is there. Just apply the steps, whatever be the steps. First write down the, yes, characteristic equation, then find the roots, and according to the roots you can write down the general solution. Then with the help of initial conditions, you can find out the values of constants, and finally put back these constants into the general solution. That will be the answer. Okay. Thank you so much.